Illuminated manuscripts were true works of art. The monks that made them ensured the beauty of the books reflected the beauty of the content. Let's explore how they were made and what they can teach us about information and art. Christian Neoplatonism saw beauty as concomitant with the good. So monks like Cassiodorus went to great lengths not only to copy religious texts, but also to make them beautiful. Information and art converged in the illuminated manuscript. Monks typically worked in monastery libraries, their own rooms, or, for the most productive monasteries, the scriptorium. Here scribes dedicated themselves to copying the great works and honoring them with great art integrated into the text. Cassiodorus described his scriptorium as having a sundial, a water clock, and a self-supplying oil lamp to last much longer. Scribes copied texts at angled desks, complete with inkwells, knives, and quills. Parchment and vellum were the most common writing media in medieval times. Both were made from the skins of cow, sheep, or goat, but vellum was from younger animals and regarded as finer in quality. Medieval texts required a life to be taken, a sacrifice, if you will. To make either medium, the skins are washed in lime water, de-haired by scudding, and stretched and dried on a frame. A crescent knife called a lunarium is run over the surface to remove any remaining hairs. Beautiful things don't always start out with glamorous processes. After drying, the parchment or vellum was cut into sheets, averaging 3 to 4 sheets per calfskin, and often rubbed with a smooth flat object to help ink better adhere to the pages. Pricked holes connected by ruling lines were used to align text and mark boundaries at the manuscript pages. Even the best scribes required some guiding lines. Ink production varied widely from region to region. Some inks were made from carbon black, mixed with a binding agent like gum arabic and water. The inkhorn, literally an upright horn, was used to store this ink. One ink recipe from the 1300s required hawthorn branches to be cut, dried, pulverized, and boiled with wine into a black liquid. The ink was then sun-dried in bags, and once dried, the mixture was heated over fire again with wine and salts to make the final product. Red ink, made from white flake, lead, and vinegar, signified importance, and was typically reserved for artistic additions, corrections, or emphasis. Rubricators were special scribes who specialized in the application of this red ink after the main text was copied. Highly trained scribes used quill pens of goose or swan feathers. Before feathers could be used, however, the writing end was heat-tempered to reduce the likelihood of fractures. Then a slit was cut to permit the controlled flow of ink. Scribes often kept sharp knives at hand while writing as well. The knife was the medieval eraser, used to scrape away mistakes or imperfections in the vellum surface. They were also used to repair quill pens when they failed. Medieval scribes even developed their own fonts. The Carolingian minuscule was adopted, so Jerome's Latin Vulgate would be more readable throughout Europe. It likely originated with the Benedictine monks of Corby Abbey by 778 AD and remained popular for over 400 years. The black letter or Gothic script was developed in the mid-12th century as a faster, more efficient script than Carolingian for the production of many new works, religious and secular. It remained in use even into the 20th century. After the text was written, illuminators added decorative elements and illustrations to margins and spaces. Every inch of a page was filled with beauty. Once the text and illustrations were complete, The manuscript was ready for binding. Pages were sewn together along the spine, and wooden boards were attached to create the covers. The covers were often decorated with leather, metalwork, or jewels, depending on the wealth and status of the owner and the significance of the text. Clasps or straps were added to keep it closed when not in use, not to dissuade others from reading it. The scarcity of the text in medieval times made information proportionally valuable. Now, when information is virtually free, how do we value it? Do we use our luxury of information for the good, the beautiful, and the true, or for petty, mind-numbing entertainment? Illuminated manuscripts remind us that information remains valuable and that we should treat it as such. Every chance to learn something new is a potential encounter with the sacred. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below to make this a two-way street. Also check us out on X for daily content, and see our website at thinkingwest.com for long-form essays, lists of great books, and more. Until next time.